Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
Okay, time right now is 12 minutes away from 8. Let's head on out to Dubbo this morning, and Mayor Matthew Dickerson, good morning.
Good morning, Kerry. Good to see you.
Thank you very much indeed. Good to talk to you this morning. Now, you did a bit of stampeding yesterday, is it right?
Well, myself and several thousand other people in Dubbo, a few people here from Bathurst actually, people from all over the state, came along to the Dubbo Stampede, which is an event like no other. We start in the zoo. There's different distances, 5, 10, 21, 42 kilometres, and go out from the zoo and run along the river and then come back into the zoo. They presumably leave the lions locked up, but although that would make our times a bit faster, but just a fantastic event. And just people are, it's even though you're running and you're tired and you're exhausted, there's a bit of a buzz there because it's pretty cool running around the zoo and running around Track-a-Riley there along the river. So I managed to do the half marathon yesterday, and just, not that you chat a lot to people, but just talking to people at the end, like talking to people during the race a little bit, but at the end there people are very excited about the location for this particular running event.
Yeah, well, I just had Jennifer Arnold in fact, here in Bathurst, and she showed me her wooden medal from that particular event. There you go.
Environmentally friendly medal, but that's right. You do see there's a lot of people that come from Orange and Bathurst, good running groups around Orange and Bathurst. They come across and join in, but I did meet one lady there from the Blue Mountains. I talked to people from different parts around, just Dubbo obviously, but I think the thing about it is it gives people a bit of a buzz to actually go out to the zoo and be part of such an event, and that's, I think, what makes it special. But even along the way, not quite as many people as in the city to surf cheering along the way, but certainly there are different spots along the Track-a-Riley, along the river, where people are positioned and they're cheering people on, so it gives a pretty good atmosphere.
Now, these people that you talk to, of course, don't realise that you were arrested through the week.
Well, they might realise that, but they did look the other way sometimes, so maybe they did realise. But there was a guard that marched into the council offices, put some handcuffs on me, took me downstairs. There was a police officer waiting downstairs. I went very willingly. I didn't feel like being tasered or pepper sprayed, and they took me around to Old Dubbo Jail, put me in a cell, and a bit unusual when you get put in a cell, they gave me a telephone and pen and paper and said, there you go, start ringing some of your friends and get some money, and we'll accept some bribes to get you out of jail. So,
well, you did better than I got. You got some friends, have you? You did better than I have.
Well, acquaintances. Some of that might like to get you out. Some people offered to pay more money to keep me in for longer.
Keep you in, yeah.
That's right. It was all to raise funds for Iran Support Service. They're trying to raise some money at the moment for youth homelessness. And it's interesting because you go into something like that and you think, well, this will be nice, we'll go and raise some money. But there are so many different fundraising events out there, Kerry. There's so many different ways organisations are trying to raise money. You've got to do something a little bit different, in my opinion, to grab the attention. And obviously, locking up the mayor is something a little bit different. There were some other people that locked up before. Richard Martin, former deputy mayor of Dubbo, he was locked up there as well. The former mayor, Greg Matthews, was also meant to be locked up, but I think he made a run for it. So he was on the run, but still raising some money. So it's something a bit different.
Man is Greg. Hey, listen, the other thing too, in association with this, by the way, not only were you arrested through the week, but what was it, Friday, the sleep-out's on in the jail?
Yeah, this is the Vinnie's Community Sleep-Out this Friday night. You've probably got one happening in Bathurst there too as well, have you?
Yep.
I'm not sure if yours is in the jail though, but this one's in our old Dubbo jail. And I remember doing it last year, and I thought it'd be a good idea to just try sleeping in the solitary confinement cell. I wonder what that'd be like. But it was a bit freaky, actually, Kerry, just sitting there in absolute silence. You can't see your hand a millimetre in front of your face, and just thinking, well, I can get up and walk out the door any time, but gee, imagine back in the days when this was actually really solitary confinement. You'd be thrown in there for a day, maybe longer, and said, we'll see you in a day. That'd be enough to send you a bit crazy, I reckon. So it was a bit freaky sleeping in that, but fundraising for a good cause as well, of course. Vinnies are raising money to try and help people that are sleeping on the street as well. Also on Friday, citizenship ceremony. This is the last one in this term of council, Kerry. The 14th of September, of course, is the election, so this Friday is the last citizenship. So far in this term of council, I've had the absolute honour of making 404 new Aussie citizens. This Friday I've got the last group. I don't know exactly how many in this last group, but typically we've got about 30 in a group, so there'll be another bunch of new citizens made. And it's a really exciting experience because people are so happy to become new citizens, and they're really excited, and there's real buzz. And then they've got some of their family and friends along, so that's a real buzz. you end up with 100 people in a room that are all very excited about what's about to happen. So it's a pretty good feeling, one of the special things you get to do as a mayor.
Okay, look, finally this morning, the theatre picked up an award.
Yeah, the theatre won an Impact Award. There's not a lot of Impact Awards given out. This was at the Geelong Arts Centre as part of the Australian Performing Arts Exchange. Annual awards, they were given out 7 Impact Awards, and essentially we won one of those. And this is our Saturday Night Social was the project that we were involved with, which was a collaboration with the theatre. So great to see the theatre, 12 years on. Not recently or not that long ago, we talked about 1 million visitors we've had to the theatre, and winning awards as well. Not the first award they've won, I'm sure not the last award they will win, but good to see our theatre up there on the national stage.
Thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it. Have a good week.
Thanks, Kerry.
Mayoral Memo with Matthew Dickinson from Dubbo Regional Council.